I have in this here little bag 6 softboxes. And I'm going to show you how to get soft lighting without any softboxes using the most powerful small portable flash you can get. I am so excited to be making this video for you today. This is about my favorite portable wireless flash, the Godox AD200. The most awesomely portable, powerful flash that's out there. It's about the same size as a speed light when it's stretched out flat, but it's about 3 to 4 times more powerful. And it's so versatile. There's all kinds of modifiers that you can use with it. I'm going to show you some of them today. One of the benefits of this is that the head, this is the bare bulb head, comes off, and you can put other heads on it, like this one, which is a speed light head. And I'm going to put it on right now. So let's start with this one first. The speed light head has a Fresnel lens on the front, so it focuses the beam in more of a straight beam, like a headlight kind of thing. This bare bulb is more for general modifiers like softboxes and other things like that. So we'll get to this in a minute, but let's start with this. Now this one here, that light that comes out of it is a little bit more on the bluish side. So I suggest putting your white balance to 6500 or even 7000 to warm it up a bit, to even it out. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's start with this one first. The first way to do it is, if you could, like a wedding photographer, you just hand hold it. So you can hand hold the thing while you're taking pictures, or you can put it on a light stand. So let's do that.
Okay, this is without a flash. This is with the camera white balance set to daylight. Notice how it's a little on the blue side? So let's change the white balance to 7000K. This is 7000K. Look how much better the color looks.
That was one AD200 with a Fresnel head aiming pretty much straight at the face from a little above. Now I'm going to soften the light even more by having light come from both sides, by having 2 AD200s with a Fresnel head with white balance set at 7000. The good thing about using 2 flashes instead of 1 is you need less power for each flash. When you're just using 1, I was at full power. Now that I have 2, I only need 1/8 power. 1/8 power for 2 flashes. That's pretty good. So now you can get a lot more flashes, and the light is softer because it's coming from 2 sides instead of 1. So there's a benefit to having 2 flashes, and 2 AD200s take up no space at all. So it's always good to have at least 2 of them. The flash head I like the most is not the Fresnel. It's this one. It's the bare bulb, which you can put all kinds of modifiers on. And the one I like the most is this one. It doesn't come with the AD200. This actually comes with the old AD360. It's a 4.7-inch standard reflector, and it comes with a diffuser thing on it. And this one fits perfectly right over the bulb of the AD200, and this one is my favorite one. I like to just walk around and hand hold this thing as I'm taking pictures. It makes a nice cone of light. It diffuses pretty nice. And this diffuser doesn't take up a lot of power, so I like this one the most. I use this on almost all my shoots, even more than softboxes. So let's use this one now. So I'm going to take it back down to daylight balance.
See how much better the color is with the bare bulb head? Look how bright that is. That is as bright or brighter than the sun. That's just 2 little AD200s. I love these little reflectors. Look at this.
Nice. That would be the first thing I would get if I got an AD200, is buy the 4.7-inch standard reflector that you can get at B&H. It's really portable. So let's see what it looks like now if we add a softbox to the mix. So let's go to the few feet down and set up a softbox. As you know, softboxes eat up a lot of light, so you need more light that comes out of a softbox. This thing is a, the ADB2. It allows you to put 2 AD200s together, so you get basically 400 watt seconds, so you get double the power. So basically you take off the top and you attach the AD200 to the back of this, and then you take another one, hold this, you take the top off this thing here, hold on to that for a sec, and then you attach the second one there. So now you have 2 of them put together. And now you take the fronts, the bulbs, you know the bulb, you take the bulb out. So you just have the bulb there. So now you have two bulbs and two body packs. So now you have a 400 instead of a 200. And now you have another light to put a softbox on. A really good softbox for traveling that I like is this one here. Notice it's in a little tiny square case. It's not long like a typical softbox. That's why this is good for traveling. It's about 3 feet roughly. It comes with an S bracket, which we're not going to use right now. And the cool thing about it is the actual unit. This is the softbox right here. This is really cool. Bam! It pops open. And it's so easy to use. And then it has these little lips on the back that you just put over the top of this. There, it's attached. No Bowens mount needed. So now it's ready to just put on the post.
So that's without a flash. This is facing away from the softbox. And this is facing towards. Look how much better it looks. For the best shots, it's always best to face towards the light. The square 80 by 80 centimeter is a good size softbox. If softboxes are too big, then lighting gets too flat and boring. So what's missing here? What did we learn from Marcus? Well, there's a hair light missing. So let's put a hair light on the right. That's good, but there's still a bit of shadow that needs to be filled in, so let's bring in another little softbox.
One of the great things about the AD200 is the modifiers don't have to be that big. I have in this here little bag 6 softboxes. That's right, I have 6 softboxes in here. Now you might say, they're probably really small and small softboxes are worthless, right? Wrong! One of these goes up to 40 inches, but that's not the point. All of these create great light, even the smaller ones. And that's the secret of soft lighting, which I showed you in previous videos. You don't need one big giant softbox. You just need a bunch of little ones to make up for it that hit you from all sides. And actually, it's better to have a bunch of little ones hitting you from all sides than one big one off to one side. You'll see. Watch this. I'll show you right now. So you know how softboxes take up a lot of space and they're big and bulky and they're not fun to take around. Well, how about this for a softbox? This is my favorite little softbox for the AD200. This is actually a softbox. Check this out. And it's actually ready to go. You take it out of here and it's I know it's not big, but look at this. It's ready to go. It's an umbrella. You just go like that. And then this attachment here just literally just slips right into the AD200 and it's ready to go. So now you have a strobe with a softbox ready to go. And of course it has a diffuser that goes on the front. I'm going to use this for fill and then we're going to use it as the main light.
This looks pretty good. Okay, on the left we have 2 AD200s powering through an 80 by 80 centimeter square softbox. And on the right we have one AD200 with a little tiny 17-inch. Look how easy this thing is to break down and how small it gets. You just flatten it out and then you fold it over and then you give it a twist and put it in a little tiny pouch. Much more portable than a typical softbox.
Okay, so I took the double flash off and now I have a single AD200 and I'm going to use another one of these little umbrellas. I'm going to have just 2 little umbrellas now instead of one big one and one little one. Now I got 2 little ones. Let's see what this looks like. This is what it looks like without a flash, and this is with.
Look at that. I love this look. Great modeling and sculpting, but no harsh shadows. And it's just with these 2 little tiny 17-inch umbrellas. Really portable. I love it.
People always think you need big, huge softboxes to get good lighting. You just have to cancel out the shadows from each side. And I love using 2 little tiny things that are portable instead of one big awkward one, which always causes a scene wherever you are. But this is so small, nobody questions it.
Here are some other pictures I've taken with this little tiny 17-inch umbrella paired with an AD200 with a 4.5-inch reflector. Most photographers would laugh at it. They go, you can't take great pictures with a tiny little umbrella like that. You need a huge softbox. Look at this. Look at these pictures all taken with this little tiny 17-inch umbrella. And it doesn't get more portable than this. This little umbrella is an ADS7 and it's only $29 and it comes with all these parts, but it's getting harder to find nowadays online. The main source is AliExpress from China, but it's worth it. I love these. I've got like half a dozen of these. Nice. All right.
And one of the reasons I really like this Godox umbrella is because it collapses down to something so small. Look at that. That is super small. Now there's another one that attaches to the AD200 by Glow. It has, obviously, it has a connector here which does connect right to the bulb, but this thing is about the size of a Bones mount, which makes it kind of awkward. And what you do is you pull each rib into place. It clicks into place. It's a little bit bigger than the Godox umbrella. They say this is a 26 inch. It's actually 24 inches. This is more like 17 inches. So it's bigger. It's a bigger umbrella. It has the diffuser already sewn into it, so you can't take this off. It's permanent. But this is another great device that attaches right to the bulb, and you can hand hold it like this. One thing that I like to do a lot is, hold it on a light stand like this. And if you're walking around and I just hold it up like this and take pictures as I'm walking. A lot of places don't allow you to set light stands down without a permit. Fine, then I'm the light stand. I will hold it like this. It's not touching the ground. And I can go like this and walk around, keep walking, take pictures, keep walking, take pictures. If I want it a little higher, then my hand can hold it. And, what are they going to say? I'm portable. Click, click. And it doesn't weigh anything. It's lightweight. So let's take some pictures with the little Glow just so you can see what it looks like.
This is without a flash, and this is with. Again, a little softbox that gives out a great look. Look at the difference between no flash at all and one little handheld umbrella. And it's really portable, really lightweight. I love it.
We're going to do a couple more real quick with this Glow 26 inches. It's actually 24 inches. I have one AD200 up there with a 4.7 inch diffuser, reflector, which comes with the AD360.
So this is just two little lights. Look at that. That's just one little 24-inch portable umbrella as the key light and a little 4.5-inch reflector as a hair light. You don't always need big, huge softboxes to take great pictures, especially when you're traveling and you want to be portable.
Nice. So this is by Glow. I'll put the link down below. But I personally like, even though it's bigger, it might give you a little tiny bit more softer light, but for me, I like this one better because, look how small this is. And the light looks the output, the pictures look about the same. And it's so fast. It's a lot faster to set up than this. You saw how fast that was. I just put it in, screwed it on. I can put the diffuser on and I'm ready to go. And I got like 4 of these. So 4 little soft ones equals the same diffusion as one big diffuser. And these don't blow around in the wind as much. So if you took one big, 40-inch diffuser and cut it into 4 pieces, you get this. And the light's not all coming from one side. It's coming from all around. So you actually get softer light from 4 little ones than one big one that's off to one side. And then you don't have anything on this side. Anyway, this one pops shut by, it's called a pop something. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. It's kind of cute, but I like this one better. So let's move on to the next location and try something a little bit different. Okay, so this 4.5-inch reflector is great. I use this for almost everything. But there is another reflector that's a lot bigger. It's just like the other one, but bigger. This is the 4.7 inch. This one is, I don't know what it is. It's like over a foot high, long. So this is the AD-S3, and they call it a beauty dish. I don't know about beauty because it does create kind of harsh light, but it creates a bigger light source and it keeps the light really bright. It does come with the shower cap to make it more diffused. But let's do it first with the harsh light and see what that looks like. She's in the shade, so you can see how much light this puts out. All right, so this is the AD-S3 Beauty Dish. Just flat out bare light reflecting onto her. Personally, I don't like the quality of this light. I don't like the highlights.
So let's put the shower cap over it that it comes with. Yeah, it's a little better, but the highlights are still prominent. It makes it look too shiny. I'm not a big beauty dish fan. Plus, these things are so big and awkward, and they take up half your suitcase. I don't know. It's just not for me. I like small, portable stuff.
Believe it or not, I like the light quality of this little thing better than that. I'm just going to switch that big thing with this little thing. Let's see what the difference is. You know, I know this is bigger, and theoretically bigger is better for softer, but
Check this out.
the first thing you notice is how much brighter this little thing is. I don't know, oh, because the bigger dish needs more light, just like a bigger softbox. So that's the first thing. This little tiny thing, it's like double the amount of light. Nice. See how much darker you can make the sky? This thing puts out so much more light than the bigger dish. You got so much more to work with. Yeah, it's a little bit hard, so I'm going to put a second one up. So now we're going to get much softer light because you got light coming from two sides. And again, another great thing about using two lights is you need a lot less light from each one. So you got a lot longer battery power. You can take more pictures. That's good. Really nice. So what are we missing here? That's right, a hair light. So let's bring out a third one.
There you go. Look how that pops. Now we have good separation from the background. This is the look that I personally like, where you have a nice three-dimensional look like the old 3D postcards. And all this is done with three AD200s with nothing but little 4.7-inch diffused reflectors. Very portable, very lightweight, very small, and easy to take anywhere. Okay, on to our next big modifier. This little thing expands to something that's 40 inches across. It's a silver umbrella by ProMaster. This is like the beauty dish, but a lot bigger. So let's see what this looks like. You can't use these on windy days because they act like sails. If there's a little bit of a breeze, you just got to find some rocks to hold it down. Okay, so here's what this looks like. This is without any lighting, and this is with. It's better than the beauty dish, but you still have the shiny highlights. So here's another silver umbrella. This is a long one. It's a Godox 120 centimeter. It's bigger than the other one, and it's long and thin. Now that's kind of irritating because of the length, but unlike most modifiers, softboxes, they have the big Bowens mount, which makes it really wide, but this one doesn't. This is a reflection umbrella, but it's also a softbox. So what you can do is you can use it as a silver umbrella to reflect light, but it also comes with a white diffuser that you can put over the front of it. So here's what it looks like using it as a silver reflector. It has a better look than the previous silver umbrella because that one was more flat and this one is more parabolic, which focuses the light more and gives you a noticeably better look than the flatter, cheaper silver umbrella. In fact, in many cases, this silver parabolic has a better look than when you have the white diffuser over it and use it as a softbox, because the softbox kind of washes everything out and makes it look kind of flat. Here, check this out. Let's put the white diffuser over it, which does look good in many cases. But look how much more washed out it looks when you have the white over the top of it. So softboxes are not always the best. Plus you have more light output when you don't have the white thing over the front.
I've used these big 120s for lots of trips around the world because I love them because they collapse down to something that's super thin, like an umbrella. They weigh almost nothing. They're very inexpensive. If they break, I consider it disposable. So they're really, really great. I've used these for years on all my trips around the world. They're great.
Now, most importantly, remember, I'm using a little AD200 with this big thing, and it still puts out more than enough light.
Okay, the sun is starting to go down. It's reflecting off the water. Everything else is silhouetted. The sun is really bright. So we're going to compete with the sun. Let's see if these little AD200s can do that. So I've got one on each side here, one here, and one here. And I have another one hidden back there as a hair light. It's going to come through the fronds and light her up from behind. So we're going to use little 4.7-inch reflectors.
Wow, these look like scenes from a movie. This is so cool. With no softboxes. This is just two little AD200s in the front with 4.5-inch diffused reflectors, a hair light in the back, and then a fourth one on the ground to light up the bush a little bit. No softboxes. And it's so portable. I am happy.
And no trip to Hawaii is complete without sunset beach pictures, of course. So here we are with my AD200s on the beach. It's a 3-light setup. I have 2 lights in the front, one on each side, and one slightly behind. I started with my Zeiss 35 1.8 on my A7 III, so I could get a wider shot of the sky. And the cool thing about using these flashes whenever you use them is you just have your white balance set to daylight, because these flashes are daylight balanced. So no matter what lighting condition you're in, just set your camera to daylight and you don't have to worry about the white balance. And as sunsets progress, you need less and less light from your strobes. So you get a lot of flashes at this time of day. The typical setting was like 1/64th power. And this is with the AD200, still down to 1/64th power. These things put out a lot of light. Really, really great flashes, and they're so small and portable. I switched to my 55 1.8. So if you're traveling, nothing beats these AD200s. You can fit 4 of them in the same space as 1/600. And look at the quality of light you can get. Amazing lighting with little tiny strobes and no softbox. The only thing I don't like about this is the screen on the back it's so dark you can't read it. It's so weak, especially in the sun. There's no way you can read it. It's almost impossible to read. It's on right now. But there is a workaround. You push any button on here. I like to push the big button in the middle, and for a few seconds, it gets brighter. Just bright enough so you can see what it's doing, and the channel, the power setting, the group, and all that. So push the big button in the middle. For a few seconds, it goes bright. It doesn't change anything, but it just makes the display bright enough just so you can read it. It's a little workaround, but it works. A couple more modifiers, real quick, little tiny ones. This is called a snoot. What this does is you put it on over the bulb, and it focuses a really narrow beam of light just where you want it to be. And here's an example of that. I needed just a little spot of light on her face, and this snoot had this little tiny flashlight type beam only on her face, and it lit it up. That worked out really good. But let's say you don't have one of these little snoots. Well, then you go to your local grocery store, which is at anywhere, and buy a roll of saran wrap, tin foil, which is actually aluminum foil. Anyway, here's an example where we did this. We were in an alleyway here in Maui, and I rolled some tin foil, wrapped it around the outside of the AD200, made a snoot out of it. So it lit up only her. And look at these shots. Look how great these look. This turned out really, really good for using nothing but tin foil in one AD200. Well, let's say you don't have any tin foil. What can you do? Well, here's another example. We were in the jungle and we had nothing. So I went to the car and I ripped out a magazine page and I rolled up the magazine page and stuck it over the bulb. It was an AD360. It wasn't a 200, but the same principle. It's the same thing, goes over the bulb. And look at this. This is without, and this is with the rolled up magazine page over the bulb. So you can do that with the AD200 too. So tin foil, snoot, magazine page. There's so many ways that you can manipulate light with an AD200. It's awesome. So there you have some great examples of what can be done with this little wonderful wireless AD200 by Godox. It is just, I love this because it's just the greatest shape for traveling. We could put 4 of these in the same space as a normal like 600 or something like that. And you can take up to 500 flashes with one battery. And the battery is replaceable. You just keep popping new ones in. You can go all day long indefinitely. The AD300 200 is $300. And I think it's one of the most versatile, go anywhere flashes that you can handhold, put on a tripod, bunch of modifiers. It's great. The heads, you can change the heads on them. I love it.
Highly recommended.
Yes, and the more of them you put together, the more powerful you are. Power in numbers, but just by itself, it's a pretty darn good, strong flash strobe.
Right.
So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got something out of it and are inspired to do more photography. I think it's time for an iced tea and a pina colada. What do you think?
Virgin pina colada.
Virgin pina colada, of course.
Heck yeah.
All right, so
I deserve that.
aloha from beautiful Maui. We will see you in the next video.